Today we're going to walk through the installation of a front strut assembly on a 2013 through 2019 Ford Fusion. Begin by unboxing the new front strut assembly for your Fusion. Make sure all components are included and ready for installation. Each strut assembly is carefully designed to meet original equipment specifications and ISO quality standards and is factory tested for reliability, durability, and function. Before we get started on the install, gather the tools you'll need. You'll need an electric impact wrench, a hammer, a punch tool, and a clip removal tool. You'll also need a medium ratchet with a variety of socket extensions. For sockets, you'll need a 10, 12, 18, 19, 21, and 24 millimeter. You will also need short versions of the 10 and 12 millimeter. You'll need an 8, 10, and 18 millimeter wrench, as well as a 19/21 double-ended wrench. And last but not least, a set of torque wrenches. Let's get to work. Start by loosening the lug nuts with a 19 millimeter socket. Pop open the hood and safely lift the vehicle using a jack, or in this case, we're using a lift. Now that the vehicle is off the ground, use a 19 millimeter socket on an impact and remove the lug nuts. Now you can remove the wheel. Next, use a 10 millimeter socket to remove the brake hose bracket. With your clip removal tool, detach the ABS sensor wire and harness clips. Now let's move to the stabilizer link nut. Loosen it with your 18 millimeter socket. To remove it completely, use an Allen wrench in conjunction with an 18 millimeter wrench. Once that's removed and out of the way, next, loosen the nuts that connect the strut assembly to the steering knuckle. For this, you're going to need your 24 millimeter socket on an extension. Once the nuts are broke loose, you can break out the electric impact and use a 21 millimeter wrench to hold the bolt head on the backside. Sometimes these bolts can get seized up. Use a hammer and a punch tool to knock out the bolt and separate the strut from the steering knuckle. If your vehicle is high up in the air, lower it slightly so you can access the strut mounts at the top. Remove the clips on the cowl cover with your clip removal tool. Then, use a 10 millimeter wrench to remove the strut mount fasteners. Be cautious, as these are the only fasteners holding the strut in the car. With all the fasteners removed, carefully remove the strut assembly from the car. We're halfway there. Now it's time to install the new strut assembly. Position it in place and install the strut mount fasteners that are included with the struts. Tighten them with a 12 millimeter socket and torque them to 35 Newton meters. If you're all done up here, you can reinstall the clips in the front cowl cover. Lift the vehicle again to reconnect the strut to the steering knuckle. Insert the connecting bolts and nuts. And tighten them with a 24 millimeter socket. using a 24mm wrench. Hold the bolt head and torque the nuts to 235 Newton meters. Reinstall the stabilizer link nut with an 18mm socket and torque it to 115 Newton meters. Secure the ABS sensor wire harness clips and reinstall the brake hose bracket. Tighten the bracket bolts with a 10mm socket and torque them to 18 Newton meters. Finally, you can reinstall the wheel, tighten the lug nuts with a 19mm socket, and torque them to 135 Newton meters. Lower the vehicle back down and close the hood. And that's it. The new front strut assembly is installed and you're ready to go. Thanks for following along.